Just want to say, hope you guys are being affected by Hurricane Sandy. You're doing pretty well. I know a bunch of people have been commenting on my videos saying, hey, we're watching your videos during Hurricane Sandy, so hope it's helping you have a nicer existence in a fucking hurricane. And for the rest of you, I don't know. But anyways, hey guys, it's Wild. We got a match here today against RDOGOFPOKEMon. UU match, because I was in the mood for UU, so it's what I asked for. But anyways, I'm using that one UU team that I've been using. I'm probably going to start using a new one sometime. I kind of like this one, but I kind of don't at the same time. It's weird. But he's got stuff. He's got fire grass, but he doesn't have a water to, go with it. So it's kind of like he's missing that little synergy right there. But otherwise, he's got Crustal for hazards, and then he's got the Porygon 2 and the Zoroark. So threats on his end. I know that Flygon will be a little bit annoying once I lose Gligar, so I just got to play around that Flygon well enough. Plus, that'll stop my Volt Switching initiative with Raikou, so I mainly got to watch out for that. Otherwise, most of his team I'm not really too worried about. Like, Virizion, as long as I have Arcanine and Heracross around for, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Which looking at his team, Arcanine and Heracross will be pretty useful, so I need to try and keep those two alive, and I should have an easy time against his team. But looking at leads on his end, I was thinking he might want to go off with like Flygon or Zoroark, or even Porygon 2, so I decided to go with Raikou. If he decides to lead off with Flygon, I'm really not going to be too bothered because I have plenty of switch-ins for it, like, at the beginning of the match. So I'm just going to lead off with it. He's going to lead off with the Porygon 2, which actually is going to turn out to be Zoroark, as you'll see later, but as we see now, it is the Porygon 2. So I figured, okay, let's just Volt Switch out, see what he wants to do. But he goes straight into Flygon, so Volt Switch doesn't really work that well. So I gotta switch right out to Gligar, because even if he's getting U-turn, I'd rather Gligar take that than Raikou risking him going for Earthquake. And he does just go straight for Earthquake just to be safe, and that means I can get free Rock Set. But I noticed Porygon 2 coming in did not have an ability, which is also kind of what I thought at the beginning of the match. So I'm like, okay, it's probably Zoroark. I can probably take one hit, or he's going to nasty plot up. So I'll just Earthquake, see how much I do, and then we'll go from there. But I actually straight take him out because I get a crit, which sucks. It probably mattered because Gligar's attack isn't the best in the world, but he'll make up for it later. But anyways, I get a Toxic Off in the Crustal because I didn't really have anything better to do. I didn't know what else to really do, so I'm like, okay, we'll get a Toxic Off, and then we'll switch out to something. So at the very least, it's getting damage while I'm switching, but, and while he's laying up hazards. But I'm going to go into Shaman just because I figure, okay, I can set up a sub and then get a Leech Seed going on something. If he goes into Virizion, I can get some extra damage off on that, and then, Revenge Kill it with Heracross, so I'm not really too concerned if he goes out to that. But he's going to go out to the Arcanine, and I'm just going to try and get a Leech Seed off, because then, if he's going to go for Flare Blitz, he's going to be taking a bunch of residual damage, and then, fucking Leech, and then, well, residual damage from the Flare Blitz, and then the Leech Seed. But I missed the Leech Seed, and he went for Close Combat just because he didn't want to lower his, whatchamacallit, HP, and he figured that it would hit most of my guys, which it kind of does, but I think I only have one thing that really resists Close Combat. No, two things, but one that only likes taking it. But otherwise, most of my guys are hit by Flare Blitz. But go for Seed Flare. Doesn't quite take him out, which is going to kind of suck, because if I did get that Leech Seed off, that Seed Flare would have taken it out, which is kind of huge, as you'll see later, because now he has pretty good Death Fodder and Arcanine. But I'm just going to go to Gligar, because I don't want to sack Shaman just yet, so that's kind of what I got going on there. But I'm going to go for Roost, actually, because I thought he might just want to stay in and sack Arcanine, because Rocks are up, but he doesn't have a spinner. But I guess he just wants Death Fodder for later. But he's going to go into Crustal, and as I Roost, I'm just going to go for Earthquake to try and take it out, because he's almost dead, so I figure it should be good. But he actually turns out to have the red card, so it's like, okay then. But he forces me out into Raikou, so it looks like he's going to die from toxic damage as he gets up his last layer of spikes. I think that was his last layer. No, maybe it was layer 2. I don't remember. I don't pay attention. But he dies as he goes into Flygon. I figured here that he would just go for U-turn, predicting Gligar, so I'm just going to go for, I think I just go for Extra Sensory, or I go for, yeah, I go for Extra Sensory, as he brings in the Arcanine, which will die to hazards, and by hazards I mean rocks, so yeah, I went for Extra Sensory just to kind of hit all of his guys, but now he's going to go back into Flygon. I really don't want Raikou to die just yet, even though it's not really going to be that useful, so I'm just going to go to Gligar, to take whatever he wants to go for, because I know he can take anything, but the question is what is he going to go for, and he crits me with an Outrage, which, it's like, fuck, am I going to live another one? I luckily live with 31, so that is actually pretty fortunate, and he gets confused right there, which, big deal. But I'm able to Roost up, and now I'm just going to go for a Toxic, I know he's not going to want to stay in, So I might as well Toxic him on the switch because it seems like a good idea, right? Right? Okay. So yeah, go for Toxic and hit the Virizion, which is pretty fucking cool because now that is not going to be liking to take that damage very well. But now I figure he's going to want to either go for HP Ice or Swords Dance, so I'm going to go to Heracross, who I figure after the next little bit of Toxic damage should be able to take him out, hopefully. And he does go for SD, so I'm like, okay, we'll just go for Close Combat because I need to try and kill this Virizion ASAP. So that's what I'm going to try and accomplish. But go for Close Combat. Since I am Scarfed, I do outspeed him. Doesn't quite take him out, so that kind of sucks. But it looks like the poison damage from there should be able to take him out. But he goes for Stone Edge. Easily will take me out because he's +2 and I'm at -1 defense. But he does get the leftovers, but I'm still assuming that the poison will take him out. Otherwise, I do have Raikou to revenge kill him, so would have been like no harm, no foul. But now he's going to go into Porygon 2, so I went out to Gligar, and I'm like, okay, I know he's going to Ice Beam, and I noticed actually this thing doesn't have an ability either, so he must have ran Analytics so that he could run Zoroark easier. But try and go for Toxic. It does miss, which kind of does matter just because of the fact that now I'm not getting that residual damage off, and that would have made this Porygon 2 a lot easier to deal with and just a lot easier to kill. But now I miss another Toxic, which is like, fuck, this is dumb. Because all these Toxic missing is like, shit, that really makes this Porygon 2 a lot easier or a lot harder to deal with. Because along with this Flygon, it's like my Shaman's way too weak to take an Earthquake. Arcanine really won't like taking an Earthquake. So Milotic's my only real thing to do it. And if I can't get residual damage off on this Porygon 2, I have no real way to kill it because my Arcanine doesn't have Close Combat because I have Morning Sun instead. Because Smogon. But yeah, I finally get the Toxic off. I'm just like, fuck it, just kill me. And he does kill me. And I'm like, shit, why'd I do that? I should have just like sacked something. But yeah, that Toxic is kind of bittersweet. But now I'm going to go into Raikou. Just going to go for Extra Sentry to hook both of his Pokemon. And I just want to get some damage off. Because then at least I have a chance of killing this Porygon 2 with a Flare Blitz from Arcanine. But fuck, that did nothing. So that kind of really sucks. So now I'm going to go into Arcanine. And I figured here he would just go for the Tri-Attack to try and take me out. So I'm like, okay, we'll just go for Morning Sun as he goes for Tri-Attack. And hopefully, actually, yeah, that was his third layer spike, I think. But, or was it? I don't know. But hopefully, like I'm trying to say, he just stays in and tries to attack me, and then I can just hit him with a Flare Blitz. But he actually decides to switch out to Flygon, so it's like, fuck, I don't know if I can live an Earthquake. So I'm just going to go for Extreme Speed, and hopefully I'll get a crit or something, but I don't. But he fortunately enough goes for Stone Edge. I guess he thought my Shaman was at higher health, so he's able to miss that. I would have lived anyways. I'm able to take him out with Extreme Speed, and now Porygon 2 is not going to like taking a Flare Blitz at all, so he's going to switch into that, and I'm just going to go straight for Flare Blitz because I have to do it, otherwise I'm going to lose. So just go straight for that, and I am luckily able to take him out, so that is a match. So good game, R-Dog. Yeah, that Stone Edge move at the end kind of cost you a lot, but, you know, that's what happens when you forget shit. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know, I have nothing else to say. I'm really hungry. I'm gonna go find some food now. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Such blah. Rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.